So welcome back to Worthington Model Railway. Now, one of the things I've been planning to do for some time, and I actually will admit that I bought some of these lights at least a couple of years ago. Here are some street lights, and a couple of packs of those. I've got some lights that I want to put on the station. I don't know if you can see what those look like, but we'll get them out in a second. And then I've got these large freestanding yard lights. Anyway, the first thing I want to do is solder onto all of these, the resistors that come in the packs. They all, LEDs need resistors for a 12 volt power supply. And then having got the resistors soldered onto them, I'm going to test them. That's why I have a 9 volt battery. And then we will put them in various places on the layout, wire them up, and use some of those button switches I got to be able to turn them on and off. So this is the job for today and maybe tomorrow. So let me get on and start just soldering some of these resistors on and seeing if these things work. So these are the lights I'm going to put on the station, and these are the resistors that came with it. I don't know what value they are, I really don't care. I'm hoping that they're going to be right. We'll certainly find out in a minute. Should be easy enough just to test and see, so let's go ahead and do that. Doesn't really matter which way up the resistors go, but they do need to go onto the positive or the red wire in this particular. And there we can see one wired up, just wired up to the 9 volt battery. These are actually quite nice. They're sort of a yellowy color. They're not too bright either, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Now, I really don't want to be soldering resistors on underneath the baseboard. I think the resistors are going to be small enough to be able to push through the hole that we create to push the lights in. So we'll see, but I think that's going to work. So I'm going to solder one of these on, and then we'll try it and see what the result is. So hopefully, to make it easier, I put some heat shrink on here. I'm going to cover the resistor with the heat shrink, and we'll get some heat on it and melt it down a bit. Give me 1 second here. So that we have a pretty neat job. So let's just try to install one of these, and then we'll see where we're going to go from there. So I have a 12 volt bus that I run for my point motors, and so I put another one of these plates in with a couple of push buttons. One will be for the station lights, and one will be for the street lights above. And now I just need to wire this into the 12 volt bus, and then I'm going to put a light in the station and see if it all works. And because these are LEDs, and so it matters which way the positive and negative are, I got my meter out, so I'm gonna just see. I think the green one is positive, so let me try that. Oh, no, hang on. Maybe I'm wrong. Green one is positive. I don't know if you can see this. That's showing negative, so it's the other way around. The yellow should be positive, and the green should be negative. There we go. I don't know if you can read that, but okay, so yellow is positive. It's kind of interesting. Oh, actually, that might be wrong. It'd help if I had these in the right holes. I think that one is negative. That one is positive, so I was right the first time. The green is positive, yellow is negative. Let's check it with the LED. Probably would have been just as easy to do this in the first place, but so the green should be positive, and the yellow should be negative. Yep, and then I don't know if you can see this. Okay, LED lights up, so yeah, I was right, the green is positive. So let's wire these in. So I'd forgotten that this section of the layout was the part that I built on foam. This was, when I was initially doing this, I was planning to use foam, and I decided that it was not working great, so I went to plywood for the rest of it. The problem is now I've got to get this through the foam underneath the station. So what I'm going to do, I managed to put a hole all the way through, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder the wires for the lamp to a piece of piano wire, see if I can push it through that way. So I tried taping these 3 wires together, but the tape just keeps coming off as I'm trying to get through the foam. So I'm hoping if I solder them together that'll work. So there they are. Soldered together. So let's see if this will work. So in the end, I had to bite the bullet and pull the platform up, and I will get it through that way. There's always more than one way to do this. And there we have success. Took a little while. This is going to take me kind of longer than I thought, because I think I'm going to have to pull up station platforms to do this. So hey, well, it'll take whatever it takes to get it done, but I think it'll look great once I get them all on. So I'm going to go and prepare the other lights, and we'll be back on this tomorrow. So day 2 of installing lamps and lanterns. I'm going to get back to the station, but in the meantime I want to put these lamps along here, and I got to work out how many I need to get ready to put in. Now they say they should go about every 100 feet, which of course is going to be 40 millimeters. So if I put one there, I'm going to mark out along here where the next one would go. So we'll have one here and then one about here. Which in fact I think maybe because of the scale I might just do it at a foot. So I put one every foot along here, and see how those look. And these will poke down a little bit into the board once I put the holes in place. So let me try to work out how many I'm going to need based on a foot all the way along. So having measured, I need 7 of those. I'm going to put a bigger light. Get some of these I'm going to put in the station yard too, and the fiddle yard, but I'm going to put a bigger one over here by the bus station so it'll light up the whole area there. So let's get that one in first, just because that's going to be easy one to get done. So I just fed the wires through the hole. Get a little bit of super glue on here. I think I'll probably put it on the bottom of here. I think that's the better place to put it. Okay. Pull the wires down. Set it down in there. And then we'll wire it up. And so there's the bus depot lights, so that's good. Okay, now let's add the street lights. So hopefully there you can see the street lights lit up, and I put them on a push button switch again. So here they are on a push button switch, and them on and off. Pretty effective. I don't know why it's taken me so long to do this. So I got to get on with the station ones, and then I'm probably going to put some of the houses in the back as well, but as I'm on a roll here, but we'll see. Well, I have some level of success on the station. Some of these lights are lit. Unfortunately, something happened to the one at the front on the far end. One of the lights is not working, I'm not sure why. And the one in the back on the far end, I just snapped a wire on a solder joint when I was trying to wire it up. So that's going to have to come out and be redone. Shouldn't be a big deal. But that's all she wrote for today. But I think it looks good. And I certainly like the street lights here. The lights of the bus depot. And then the street lights all the way along here, which hopefully you can see lit up. I mean, I really need to dim the lights, I suppose. I'll dim the lights and run by a train which has lights on it, and we can see it all looking good. And here we go. All done. Well, that's kind of all she wrote for this section. I am going to add some of the the yard lights, as I said. Probably try to get that done in the next couple of weeks at some point. Kind of on a roll with this. I have the yard lights ready to go, just need to get them installed. Anyway, if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe button to the top right. Another video to the top left, and we'll see you soon.